Hey, here's a quick video about themes for Men We Reaped. The first theme that we're tracing is coming of age in the margins. What does it mean to come of age? This just simply means to grow up. It's the movement from innocence to experience, from youth to adulthood, and all of the nuances that occur during that time. It's an important theme that is in great literature from the Victorians and their Bildungsroman is what they called it then to now. We write lots about this as humans, and it's an important theme. Now, the extra part of this is in the margins. What does that mean, in the margins? We've talked about it already this year, and it is an important theme as well. To be in the margins means to be not part of the mainstream or dominant group. And a margin, if you think about it, is the space on the outside of a text, right? And so it comes originally from that, but it now means something more. But it means to be part of a group that is marginalized, put in a non-dominant or oppressed position. And there are different groups that are marginalized. Certainly in this book we see African Americans being marginalized. Women are also marginalized, and you can be marginalized based on any number of social identities. In this book, we're focusing on Ward growing up in the margins and all the ways that she is marginalized, along with the men, the 5 young men who die, and others in her community. Okay, narrative as a quest for understanding is our next theme. Right away in the prologue, Ward sets this theme up by saying, I'm writing this book in order to understand why this epidemic happened. That's the purpose for her, for writing the book. And so telling this story, that's what narrative is. It's telling a story. So for her, telling this story is a journey. That's the quest part for understanding, for making meaning, for making some sense of why the tragedies happen. So watch for how she does this in the book, but also how other stories create or inform meaning and help characters understand or even cope with what they're dealing with. The last theme is identity as choice. We all have various identities, and some we can choose for ourselves, others are placed on us. And in this book, we see a lot of characters having identities put on them based on racism. And so there are stereotypes that the characters fall into because of racism, because the characters are African American. And so what you'll find, though, is that the characters don't accept those stereotypes and instead push away from stereotypes and choose their own identity. And so it goes deeper than, being African American, right? That's sort of on the surface of identity, but it goes deeper than that. What other types of identities do these characters choose for themselves, and how do they resist or push back against the stereotypes that society has given them? And it can go beyond race as well. But of course, in this book, we are focusing on race as we read. All right, so what I want you to do is to think about the examples that you chose on your literary aspect and how they might connect to one or more of these themes. For the first reading, it's fine if you're just taking notes on what the themes mean. And then, in the next entry, you'll explore maybe what one of the examples or how one of the examples connects to these themes. But I just want us all to be really clear on what they are, and we will come back to them over and over throughout the course of the book. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.